The confirmed number of new coronavirus cases reported in Los Angeles County in the last 24 hours is 1,138, with 15 additional deaths. Here in Torrance, 16 additional cases were reported with one new death. Welcome to COVID-19 Today. I'm Christine Lee. It's Wednesday, December 15th. More than 800,000 Americans have died from COVID-19. This milestone comes as the U.S. marks 1 year since the first shots of a coronavirus vaccine were rolled out. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, 28% of adults still remain unvaccinated. The Peterson Center on Healthcare at the Kaiser Family Foundation ranks COVID-19 as the third leading cause of death in the U.S. last month. Its analysis also reveals that an estimated 163,000 deaths relating to the coronavirus could have been prevented by vaccination. The authors wrote, quote, "Most of these preventable deaths occurred well after vaccines became available. In September 2021 alone, approximately 51,000 people's lives likely would have been saved if they had chosen to get vaccinated. In November 2021, over 29,000 COVID-19 deaths likely would have been averted with vaccines. There are currently more than 50.2 million COVID-19 cases in the U.S. New findings on an oral COVID-19 antiviral drug is showing it's very effective at preventing deaths and hospitalizations. Pfizer says a clinical trial of its drug, called Paxlovid, is found to be 89% effective at preventing high-risk people from being hospitalized or dying from the coronavirus. Pfizer requested emergency use authorization from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration last month after an interim analysis showed similar results. The FDA has not scheduled a meeting of its advisory committee to review the application. Some experts say the antiviral pill for COVID-19 would have a major impact on the pandemic by making treatment available at home. Current treatments are only available by injection or IV. The Biden administration said last month that it plans to buy 10 million courses of Paxlovid. A full course of the treatment is 3 pills taken twice a day for 5 days. It is intended for those who got infected with COVID-19 and works best when taken within 3 days of the onset of symptoms. This treatment is seen as a potentially significant tool, especially in at-risk populations and lower-income countries where vaccines are not as widely available. This news comes a day after Pfizer's competitor Merck revealed that the effectiveness of its antiviral pill, called Molnupiravir, dropped from 50 to 30% between preliminary and later stage trials. FDA advisors narrowly recommended emergency authorization use of the pill a couple of weeks ago for high-risk patients. Local cases of the Omicron variant essentially doubled on Tuesday as LA County announced 8 additional infections of the new strain, and Pasadena verified its very first. This brings the total number of Omicron cases detected by LA County Department of Public Health to 15. Long Beach and Pasadena, both of which operate their own health departments, now have 1 case each. The newly identified individual in Pasadena was fully vaccinated and boosted. They likely got infected locally and developed a mild illness not requiring hospitalization. And of the 8 new cases in the rest of LA County, 7 developed symptoms but did not need to be hospitalized. 5 of the 8 were fully vaccinated. 1 traveled internationally and 2 recently traveled within the U.S. And 2 of the 8 live in the same household. Health officials have said current vaccinations do work against the variant. The World Health Organization says Omicron is spreading more quickly than any other variant. It has now been found in 77 countries. California's latest mask mandate takes effect starting today. It includes everyone except those in San Francisco, where 86% of eligible residents are vaccinated. But for the rest of us, we are required to mask up again when going indoors, regardless of vaccination status. This comes nearly a week after the county saw a 47% increase in new COVID-19 cases statewide. The mandate will take place through January 15th. LA County already implemented indoor mask mandates since the summer, so you're not likely to see many changes here. But nearly half of the state's population, including Orange and San Diego counties, will have to enforce this rule as well. The new health order will also require those who have not been vaccinated to show proof of a negative COVID-19 antigen test within 1 day or a negative PCR test within 2 days of attending an event. State officials recommend local businesses and government agencies to ensure compliance. LA County's Public Health Department is hosting another town hall to provide the latest COVID-19 information. The next virtual meeting takes place tomorrow at 6 p.m. Public health officials will be discussing COVID-19 boosters, vaccines for children ages 5 to 11, and the Omicron variant. They also encourage the public to submit questions ahead of the gathering. Just go to tinyurl.com/townhall4LAC. You can watch the virtual meeting tomorrow on Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube at LA Public Health. Yesterday's heavy rainfall broke a century-old record. Downtown LA saw 2.16 inches of rain, the most amount of rainfall seen there in 133 years. It more than doubled the last record set on December 14, 1888, when just 0.96 inches were measured. Mount Baldy Village in the San Gabriel Mountains saw 5.1 inches of rain, followed by 4.58 inches in Woodland Hills and close to 4 inches in Majeska Canyon in eastern Orange County. Weather forecasters say snow will continue to fall across the higher elevation, and we should keep bundling up here in the South Bay as temperatures will dip into the 40s in the evenings throughout the week. 3 people are recovering from gunshot wounds after a shooting at the Del Amo Fashion Center. It happened yesterday around 6:30 p.m. in the parking lot by BJ's restaurant. Torrance police say 3 to 4 suspects approached the 3 victims, opened fire, then fled southbound across Carson Street, where they carjacked an SUV by Dave & Buster's. Torrance police officers quickly arrived on scene and since then has increased patrol to keep shoppers safe. Detectives are looking into this incident as possibly being gang-related and not as a random attack. Police say the 3 individuals who were shot are ages 17 and older and are being treated at a nearby hospital. Fortunately, the carjacking victim was not injured. Police are still looking for the suspects and the victim's vehicle, but ensure there is no direct threat to the community or the public at this time. Police urge community members to stay vigilant of any criminal activity. Anyone with information is encouraged to contact the Torrance Police Department at 310-328-3456. Torrance City Council members met last night for their last meeting of the year. The city leaders adopted a new council district map that's pursuant to the Fair Maps Act for elections starting in 2022. Council members accepted and filed the first quarter budget review report for fiscal year 2021 to 2022 and also approved program modifications, including a $7.6 million increase in the city's general fund operating fund revenue and expenditure budgets. And last night's meeting was adjourned in memory of 3 very special individuals who played important roles in helping to shape Torrance into the city it is today. Former councilmember Bill Applegate, beloved teacher and volunteer Jerry Ronan, and Tony D'Acquisto, a longtime volunteer of the Torrance Certified Farmers Market, will be very missed. Condolences to their families. You can watch complete replays of the council meeting on our website, YouTube, Facebook, and of course, right here on Citi Cable. Bi-monthly, we share a Wellness Wednesday story to help you stay on top of this pandemic, both emotionally and physically. The holidays can be a difficult time for seniors in our community, many of whom don't have family members to visit them. Loneliness and depression are experienced at a higher rate in seniors than in the general population. A Torrance-based nonprofit called South Bay Village is trying to reach out to as many of these individuals as they can to help cheer them up, especially during the holidays. Joining me to share more about their efforts is Ghislaine Davis. Hi, Ghislaine. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So tell us about your nonprofit and your mission.
Okay, South Bay Village is a nonprofit organization, 501c3, and we help seniors stay in their own homes with the help of volunteers. Our village is totally run by volunteers. We have 59 volunteers, we have 45 members, And what we've done during the pandemic is call all our members at least once a week, some of them more, or every 2 weeks, depending what the need is.
Has COVID-19 affected any of the individuals that you serve in any way?
What we did during the COVID was to make appointments for our members so they could get one of the shots. And then we called the member and took them to their appointments. For me, I thought from our office, I thought, what a great thing we're doing. But then I started getting calls from the members saying, I am so grateful you did this because I would not be able to do it by myself.
Are they facing extra isolation, or did some of them actually get COVID, and how were they affected?
Yeah, none of them got COVID, which is a real blessing for us. And I think because we jumped on getting them their vaccines early on when it was so difficult. The other thing that we did is because they couldn't get out to get groceries, is that, a lot of family members aren't around to help these seniors. So we took their grocery orders over the phone, delivered their groceries, double bagged it, put it by their door, told them the groceries are there. And that was a big help for them too.
Are they extra emotional, just knowing that people in their neighborhood really, really care about them, especially now?
Yes, very, very. I get calls all the time telling me what a great village you have and what great volunteers.
That's awesome. And for those of us who want to help now, what can we do?
I always need volunteers, and also if anybody needs to refer a senior to our village, please do so. Because of COVID, everything kind of quieted down, but now we're up and rolling and getting very busy again.
That's great. Thank you so much for sharing about the wonderful work that you do.
Thank you for having me.
And for more information on South Bay Village and to sign up to become a volunteer, visit southbayvillage.org. With 10 days until Christmas, Torrance Citi Cable's Rhiannon Trutanich and her dog Popeye are helping to count down with 12 days of Dogmas. Here are the latest tips on how to share this holiday with your Santa Paws.
Welcome to the third day of 12 days of Dogmas. You probably know by now how we're going to kick things off. We are going to open day number 3 of Popeye's 12 Days of Christmas calendar. How cute is this? What do we have here? What does this say? It's a little bandana that can go on his collar. There's a little hole for it, and it says Merry Christmas. How cute. You're going to need to be rocking this the next few days. Super adorable. Although I think somebody's a little bummed it's not a toy, but that's okay. So our idea for today is to take your dog with you Christmas tree shopping. It's a really fun way to kind of get out there. Your dog can help you pick out the tree, which is so fun. And you just want to make sure that the Christmas tree lot is dog friendly, of course. And then you guys can head on out, and it's something nice you can do maybe on a weekend day, maybe at night one night, just something fun. And then your dog gets to help you pick your tree. Do you want to go pick out a tree, Popeye? We'll see you back here tomorrow for day number 4.
You can catch all of the episodes on our YouTube channel. Go to youtube.com/Torrance Citi Cable. Well, before we go, at the end of each program, we like to share feel-good stories from our community. Pictures, images, and videos that remind us of how resilient our community is and how Torrance truly cares. The Torrance Public Library has a fun opportunity for readers of all ages to win some prizes. Its Winter Reading Challenge kicks off soon on December 20th and goes through the end of January. The libraries are challenging every bookworm to read for at least 6 hours. When they reach that mark, they can collect a small prize at any Torrance Public Library branch. You can visit torranceca.beanstack.org to register and log your reading. What a fun way to broaden our minds and dive into different worlds of imagination this winter. Now, if you have a great story, upcoming event, a photo or video you'd like to share, email us at covid19today@torranceca.gov. We'd love to hear from you. Well, that's our update for COVID-19 Today. We'll see you back here tomorrow as Bella Shaw brings you the latest. Be safe, stay healthy, and thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.